My name is Arikana Chihombori-Quao. In my previous life, they called me Dr. C. I bring you greetings from your 1.27 billion brothers and sisters on the continent and your 55 African heads of states. Africa finally realizes that for Africa to move forward and take its rightful place on the world stage, Africa must speak and negotiate as one. So now a lot of companies around the world are scrambling to get into Africa. We had record applications for embassies in Africa last year.
Right.
What I'm also doing from a strategic point of view is organizing the African diaspora. We have lots of professionals in so many different leadership positions. You see, the Jews have done a very good job of calling on children of Israel. A Jew may never set foot in Israel, but they know Israel is home. Indians know where they come from, the Chinese know where they come from, the Irish know where they come from. The only people who do not know where they come from are black people. And African Union has taken ownership of that. I think the reason it hasn't been done is because of the fragmentation. 55 countries, who's going to call them home? Yeah. But the African Union this year, during the February summit, they unanimously decided that 2019, 400 years of slavery, it is time to officially call on all children, descendants of former slaves, to come back home. And let me make this very clear. By saying let's go home, we are not meaning to physically go home. We are saying know that Africa is home. And that if you want to go, you're welcome to go anytime.
Yes.
Where we have issues as black people is that we are busy denying our anchor. We have been told our anchor is a horrible place. Diseased people, dying people, people at war with themselves, far from the truth. And it was all by design,
Yes.
to keep us disconnected.
Yes.
Because when we reconnect, we have an anchor.
Yes.
Black people around the globe, they need to know that Africa is home.
Amen.
And that Africa is ready for you whenever you want it. That Africa, it is your home, that you should be in the front of the line for everything African. Your Africa is getting ready to open up big time.
Yes.
Bigger than you can even imagine.
Yes.
For the first time, they had a meeting last week in Nairobi. The former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga, he is now the special envoy for infrastructure and development in Africa. Because we now have the 22 ratifications, implementation of the Continental Free Trade Area is going to start sometime this summer. So that means we need to come up with a strategic plan for the development of the continent for the first time. Not the individual countries.
Right.
This has never been done before. So they're wanting a core group from the diaspora. So that way, all the opportunities, they will go to the diaspora and the Afro-champions first. We get to pick what we want. If there's anything left that we can handle, but I doubt there will be. But they're saying, we have got to look at Africa first. Africa and its children first. So they said, Ambassador, get the diaspora organized.
This is so exciting that we can go home.
Yes.
And when we can tell our children where home is.
Why are we black people the most disrespected race on earth? I wonder, was there a memo that was sent out around the globe that wherever you see black people and you are not black, you are automatically superior? See, we are being told our continent is a continent of diseased and dying people, all by design. We're being told we are inferior to others, all by design. They got together so they can organize themselves, so they can see to it that Africa and her children are forever defeated and dominated. So they chopped us up into the tiny little countries that we know today. It was done in a way to see to it that these little economies can never survive on their own. And should they manage to survive like us, we always do, we'll make it somehow. We are easy to destabilize. We were set up to lose. Berlin Conference left us on a losing lane. And until Africa is in the right lane, no conversation that's held while in the losing lane is going to bring the desired results. It's like changing seats while riding the Titanic. It's like winning a fight while riding the Titanic. This ship is going down, folks. And the sooner we realize that there are holes in the Titanic and that we should come together and fix the holes in the Titanic so the Titanic does not sink, we're all going down. And this is where we are, my brothers and sisters. This ship that is our Africa is sinking. And it's going to take all of us waking up and realize that we have a responsibility to do something about what's going on in our Africa. Because what is going on in our Africa reflects on who we are.
Africa!
The onus is on us to say enough is enough. That we know who we are. We know where we come from. And that we refuse to leave this world the way it is for our children. That the real battle for us is right here. The shackles of the mind, until we can free ourselves, until we can have a serious conversation with the image in the mirror and ask ourselves the very important question, am I colonized? Am I suffering from the legacy of slavery? Why do I think the way I do? Why can't I trust my brother? Why can't I trust my sister? That is where the battle is. So the question I have for all of you, are you ready to have that conversation?